thrifting ain't easy, unless you're watching me.
You're as pretty as a picture, a beautiful exhibition of art. When I say you fairly take my breath away, just picture what you have done to my heart.
Welcome! You're watching the thrift store rundown of a Hollywood home on a budget. Picture this. 5 items that demonstrate the importance of taking and keeping pictures of all kinds, still and moving in our lives. That's the aim of this week as I bring you another 5 bargains to remember. As always, we start by taking some sumptuous snapshots in the kitchen. This time with the Pioneer Woman, Ree Drummond. It's been quite a spell since I brought the Pioneer Woman back to the table, huh? I did 5 reviews across 3 videos, 3 cookbooks, her real-life romance novel, Black Heels, The Tractor Wheels, and one of her magazines. However, it's actually been 2 years since I've done a proper cookbook of hers. That dry spell ends today with a book which I think will make you moist. Speaking of which, I'll never understand people's obsession with scrutinizing that word, moist. I blame the Urban Dictionary and the ladies of Clever News. Not a lot to say to them, though. Nevertheless, we have here the Pioneer Woman Cooks. Super easy. 120 shortcut recipes for dinners, desserts, and more. This William Morrow publication, which handles all of her cookbooks, was picked up from 2nd Avenue Thrift Superstore in Union on my very first visit there, which, as you probably know, broke the record for the most amount of items ever purchased in one single haul, 17. This was purchased for $2.99 out of retail prices of $29.99 in the US and $36.99 in Canada. And because this has such a heavy reliance on shortcut convenience products, it allows you to make more time for family fun. And what type of products does Ree call for in her recipes for this cookbook? Well, to name a few, frozen pastas and jarred pasta sauces, frozen mixed veggies, botched cake mixes, which according to America's Test Kitchen, have the texture of dreams yet the taste of nightmares. I guess it's a matter of personal taste, but those are just a few examples. You'll get a lot more examples in the superhero shortcut section, plus the top 9 must-have cooking staples such as rotisserie chicken and stuff and the like, and a guide to shredding your own rotisserie chicken. As far as the principal recipe chapters go, we have here breakfast, abs and snacks, salads, soups and stews, pizza and sandwiches, pasta and greens, easy skillets, leaven from the oven, terrific Tex-Mex, and desserts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10 food chapters in here. The aim of this review is to make this a family affair, actually, as we take a look at the kids and family crew of Drummond Ranch in Pawhuska, Oklahoma. Alex, eldest daughter, and newlywed at the time, with new husband Mauricio. Her favorite recipe, sheet pan mac and cheese. Daughter Paige, her favorite recipe, speedy dumpling soup. Son Bryce, his favorite recipe, a classic stromboli. We have here son Todd, his favorite recipe is chicken fried steak fingers. And foster son Jamar, his favorite recipe, buffalo chicken tacos. This is son-in-law Mauricio, and his favorite recipe, festive pork chops. I'll be highlighting all of their favorites, plus a few bonus recipes. Why take the easy road? Life is crazy, easy is convenient, fun, and always on trend. It means more time enjoying life. If those are not enough good reasons for you to own a Pioneer Woman cookbook of any kind, or to seriously take up shortcuts at the supermarket, then you might be a little bit unreasonable. I know Ree Drummond is almost never unreasonable, and so I'm not going to make you wait 1 second more. We begin with a bread omelet. It's actually an inside-out egg sandwich. It'll make 1 sandwich large enough to serve 2. Now pay attention. These step-by-step photographs clearly illustrate what to do when following a recipe. They make it easier for you to follow the recipe letter by letter, photo by photo, picture by picture, and maybe even more fun because each photo is carefully, clearly taken, and the captions correlate perfectly. Oh yeah, you'll also find some fun variations in here, and a few basic variations from the master recipes, along with ingredient prep tips, and a sparse amount of substitutions. I mean, a good amount of shortcut ingredients in here, pre-made convenience products. They're fairly easy to find in any local or national large supermarket. So you got that going for you. Moving on to buffalo chicken tacos, which will make 6 to 8 servings. If you don't know what tacos are, they're basically tater tot nachos. You should have a tall stack of napkins nearby, and be forewarned that this isn't exactly first date material, according to Ree. For me, third or fourth date, that's when you really get to know each other. Even if it's something as loaded and delicious as this, there's really nothing sexier on any date. After the first and second, of course. They're really getting down and dirty with the date meal du jour. Well, of course, the love of your life or the love of your life elect. The pre-made convenience product here will be frozen tater tots. I assume you have a bag of those nearby. Next up is speedy dumpling soup, and that'll make 6 servings. Just try it. That's re-paraphrasing Nike right there. Just try it. Pre-made frozen pork or veggie dumplings or pot stickers. It's the pre-made convenience item called for in this recipe. Oh, and by the way, not only was this conceived in the aftermath of the COVID pandemic when everyone wanted a taste of convenient comfort, but it was also made around the time or after the time, that Alex and Mauricio got married. So you'll be seeing a few photographs from that wedding here. Next recipe will be classic stromboli, and that again will make 6 to 8 servings. A more classic, meat-delicious version of stromboli that's stuffed with deli cuts and provolone. Make sure you leave in the pepperoncini. They make the stromboli sing. This is sheet pan mac and cheese, which will make 8 to 10 servings. Oh yeah, that's definitely a family recipe right there. That's big enough for the entire Drummond clan, and maybe even for your clan. You can find a lot of sheet pan recipes in here, one-pot recipes, maybe even a few instant pot recipes. Convenience isn't about what you find in the supermarket alone. It's also about how you assemble the recipes. So yes, there's a lot of convenience, but of course there's also a lot of quality. 3 words. Come to mama. Oh, and by the way, lots of tasty surface area in this particular sheet pan recipe, as you know, equals extra flavor. A couple of recipes to highlight in this next application. Chicken fried steak fingers, which will make 3 to 4 servings. Nothing else says I love you more in the Drummond household than a dinner of chicken fried steak. Made finger friendly, with a side of awesome roasted tomatoes, which will make 6 servings. Your new go-to veggie side. We promises. Hey, if we promises and you deliver, which of course will be a lot more easier when you deliver because of how the photographs are laid out, you got yourself a winner on your hands. Moving right along to festive pork chops, this will make 4 to 6 servings. I should tell you in the Tex-Mex chapter, oh, it's the pioneer woman unleashed with her adjectives. Oh, it's just ever an amazing meal, and it's so very, very pretty. A 30-minute Tex-Mex meal. Festive pork chops. So simple, so satisfying, so festive for the eyes and for the palate. Middle-aged girls just want to have fun. Not too shabby, Ree. Not too shabby. Our last recipe in here will be a shortcut tres leches cake, and that'll make, 15 servings? That's a lot! But there's good reason for that amount of servings. Because this is Ree's all-time favorite dessert. In fact, it's her most favorite dessert on the planet. A very strong statement, yes. The original recipe calls for a from-scratch sponge cake, which, while delicious, may not be all that convenient. By the way, it's also critical that every page be included in here. If just one page is missing, there goes the recipe, because you won't be able to follow it completely. And I believe that a page is missing out of this cookbook, which stinks. I'll have to check it again. But for now, the rating for this will be a tentative rating until I check it. I do, however, give Ree a heck of a lot of credit for this. The acknowledgement of her fans. I can't thank you enough for keeping me motivated and inspired. There hasn't been a Pioneer Woman cookbook I came across in which Ree failed to acknowledge her fans. Not only does she lift the taste buds, but she definitely lifts the heart. Which is why, again, you haven't seen the last of Ree Drummond. Ed Anderson did all the photography. Chris Tobiason did all the homey, comforty design in here. 4.5 out of 5 claps. Easy. And again, tentative. Unless I check and find that all the pages in here are accounted for, then I'll give Ree the full max of 5 out of 5. But for right now, nobody should ever be ashamed of cutting corners, especially in the kitchen. As the Pioneer Woman so clearly and deliciously demonstrates, there's nothing like a good kitchen shortcut to make you stand tall around the table.
I'm gonna be famous.
Sometimes it feels like this world's spinning faster than it did in the old days. So naturally we have more natural disasters from the strain of a fast pace. Sunday was a day of rest. Now it's one more day for progress, and we can't slow down, 'cause more is best. It's all an endless process. I miss Mayberry, sitting on the porch drinking ice cold cherry Coke, where everything is black and white. Picking on the 6th string, people pass by and you call them by their first name. Watching the clouds roll by, bye bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.